Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be talking about all the stones you can get from the Saiyan Day campaign and basically how you can earn them. So in these guides, obviously the idea is to break down every source of stones that's been added in, not necessarily to talk about all the sources of stones. For the Saiyan Day campaign, we'll start with the login missions. So obviously you have the very special login missions. These will give you 26 stones, which is pretty cool. On top of that as well, you get an extra 12 stones upon initial login. So you'll get 26 stones in total throughout the event period, but you'll get 12 upon initial login, which I think for most players is a little bit of a bonus. Now, in terms of everything else, obviously we also have, of course, these special missions. So these are the panel missions, which I'll be breaking down in another video. These are worth in total 15 stones, which is great. And these are very easy. You can grab these nice and early on. They don't require you to do a lot. So the most you'll have to do here is consume some stamina. Yeah, just in general, a very straightforward process. In terms of the new events that have been added in, not too much right off the bat in the beginning. So right in terms of the events, we mainly just have revamps to the Team Bardock and Ginyu missions. These will net you around about 12, even if you've done them before, they've been revamped. So you can earn the stones from the stage again, which is obviously great. Then in terms of the other new content, not a lot has been released at this point. A fair chunk has been released, but most of the content is actually pending release. So it'll be released later this week, on the weekend, next week, etc. We go to the news and go to the campaign information. We can see the majority of the events where the big stones are coming that'll be coming up. And you can obviously prepare yourself for that. So in terms of that, we have the red zone, which we'll cover later. But we have the Extreme Z Battle for Physical Kid Goku. That'll be coming Thursday. A burst mode against GT Vegeta. That'll be coming on Thursday as well. Burst mode is around about 12 stones. The Easy B is 33, plus the mission, obviously. Then we have Ultimate Clash. That'll be out later today, probably just before the release of this video, which is great. That's 32 stones. I'll obviously have my guide up today as well for you. Then we have the World Tournament. World Tournament is huge, but it depends a lot on your participation. So the World Tournament, you can even earn up to over 80 stones if you really go hard. If you go and you get to around 30 million though, you'll be expecting to get around 72, which is great. I highly suggest people participate in the World Tournament. I know it's not the most thrilling event, but there is a lot of benefit to it and a lot of rewards. Intensifying fights will come next week, and a baton battle. Baton battle nets around about 5 dragon stones really from its temporary missions. And then you also have the intensifying clash, which also obviously brings with it its own stage and own missions, usually around about 11 stones. 1 for the stage, 5 for each of the missions it generally brings. So yeah. Then obviously aside from that, there will be some reopening of story events, although no revamping of story events from what I can see. In terms of everything else that is currently up, so at this point in time it's just the Dokkan event outside the Ginyu Force events. So there's the Dokkan event for Goku, that'll be 2 stones. Obviously do it anyway even if you don't have Goku. It'll just help you with getting a little bit more stones. Both difficulties feature 1. And then we have the red zone. Now the red zone, there's a new red zone. Right now there's 23 stones available, but it's very likely it'll get another 3 stages with some more category missions. So we can probably bank on at least another 25 from those, which should net you out to obviously being, or sorry, not 25, another 28 from those, because I think they'll add 1 more category mission. So you should net out to around about 50 from that new red zone. Obviously it can be quite challenging, depends on the category requirements. I assume they'll need you to use the new Goku, so we'll have to see how accessible those stones are, much like the intensifying fights. But yeah, it is still there. There's still stones that are being added in. There is potential for more Extreme Z Awakenings. Hopefully they will do one. I'm hoping they do an Extreme Z area, hoping they add in like a story mode or story event or something to just beef up, give a little bit more to the celebration. Right now, everything all inclusive, it's looking at around about 260 stones altogether. But yeah, that's really about it. Obviously, there is the current banner. I would say it's probably a skip right now. I have already done a video on that. So it's probably just a skip for now, even though I think Goku's not as bad as people make him out to be. But yeah, bye.